At the end of the day, right off the bat, it warms my heart, living the dream, and when the hell? We're going to look at these expressions in context and the meanings in this video. Let's go. Hey there, English speakers. Jesse here from Sweed Academy, helping you get your English to the next level. And I have 5 expressions, and I'd like to share them with you. This is a new episode, a new series that I'm trying, and each week I'm tracking different expressions that I hear or say or use in context, in natural conversation, in videos, or in movies or television to help you get a more natural touch with English. First is at the end of the day. At the end of the day is an expression that means the final objective or the point of what you're saying. Right? The final point, the final objective. At the end of the day, the point is this. And we say it like, at the end of the day, you follow me. At the end of the day, at the end of, we kind of don't say the of, at the end of the day. And in context, we're looking, at the end of the day, the goal of business is to make money. I had a business conversation with a friend of mine, and this sentence came up, right? We were talking about business, and he said, at the end of the day, the goal of business is to make money. That's right? That's true. That's fair. But to give you a little more context, let's add a little bit to that, to give you a little more context to help you understand. Helping people is great, but at the end of the day, the goal of business is to make money, right? Helping people is great, but at the end of the day, the point, the bottom line, the main objective, the goal of business is to make money, right? At the end of the day, you could say the F. At the end of the day, right? Use that one. The next expression is right off the bat. And it means right away, immediately, right? Right off the bat. I think this is probably an American expression because it refers to baseball. Right? The bat with baseball, when the ball comes, right off the bat. So right off the bat means right away or immediately. The first thing, and I heard this in an episode of Criminal Minds this week. I like Criminal Minds. Do you like the show Criminal Minds? It will really play with your head. Play with your head. That's another expression for the week. It will really play with your head. That means it will really make your head do some strange things and make you think some strange things and be kind of paranoid if you watch it too much. But they said in the episode they were looking for a criminal and they thought they found the criminal that they're looking for, and they said, it looks like we found our first criminal right off the bat, right? Because they found their suspect, their unsup, what they call it, and immediately they found a victim, right? So it looks like we found our first victim right off the bat. You can use this in business context too. So in a meeting, right? For example, right off the bat, let's talk about attendance, right? right off the bat, immediately, the first thing. Next, number 3, it warms my heart. It warms my heart. When something warms your heart, it makes you feel good inside. It makes you kind of get the emotion, right? It warms your heart. It makes your heart feel good, right? Like you've done something good. And I saw this in an episode of, in a video of the future. If you're a designer, if you're a creative person, if you're an entrepreneur, I highly, highly, highly recommend subscribing and watching the channel The Future. And that's Futur, right? With Chris Do. And they have a special course coming up, and they talked about their success stories. And he said, it warms my heart knowing that we've changed the trajectory of their business, right? They're talking about success stories. Their trajectory is how, like, the direction where a business goes. Hopefully the trajectory goes up, right? That's typically what we want, don't we? So it warms my heart knowing, it warms my heart knowing, it warms my heart seeing, it warms my heart hearing that, right? It warms my heart plus ing. It warms my heart. It warms my heart. It warms my heart knowing that we've changed the trajectory of their business for the better, right? So it warms my heart. And I'm going to put a link to the video below so you can check it out for yourself and subscribe to his channel if you like it. Next, living the dream. And when you're living the dream, you're in the ideal life, right? You're in the ideal life. You're doing exactly what everybody wants to do. Allegedly, right? Air quotes. I talk about that in this week's podcast, episode 21. So check that out, the More Than English podcast. But they're doing exactly what everybody wants. They're living the dream. They're living the dream. When you're living the dream, you're living the ideal life, right? Sometimes it's said in sarcasm. Sometimes it's said sincerely. In this TED video that I watched, it was said in sarcasm, and it was a TED Talk. I'll also put this video in the description box below. If you're an entrepreneur, if you're a startup, then I highly recommend it because it talks about the difficulties of being an entrepreneur. The difficulties of being an entrepreneur, of starting your own business. So he said, I'm an entrepreneur and I'm living the dream. I'm an entrepreneur and I'm living the dream. And this was said in context, and I'll get into that later. But I'm living the dream. If you're living the dream, it's a way to say you're living the ideal life. Next, and finally, when the hell? And typically this is said in sarcasm, but it's a slang expression. So you could say when the hell, what the hell, where the hell, right? Any W word in the hell, right? So it's when you're expressing that you don't understand or agree with something that's happening. That's how he says it in context. So he was talking about all of the negatives with becoming an entrepreneur. And he said, when the hell did entrepreneurship become trendy? And you'll see this in the video, and you'll be able to hear it in the video too. So we talked about the difficulties. It's difficult to start a business, and he listed all of the challenges of starting a business. And he said, when the hell did entrepreneurship become trendy? It should be noted that when the hell, it's not exactly the nicest expression in English, but it can be used in humor if you will catch this in the video. So these are the 5 expressions from this week that I worked with and listened to or said, and I wanted to pass those along to you. so you can catch them when you hear them in context, and so you can use them, because that's the point of learning these kinds of expressions, isn't it? So if you like this video and videos like this even a little bit, then consider clicking that subscribe button that you'll see on this side, and check out another video that's below. I have videos where I teach students. You can see one of my classes and sign up for one of your own. But thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.